failures. So we live with that. I would rather now like to request our chief guest, Mr. Prakesh, padukone, to kindly come and say a few words of encouragement to the children.
Good evening. Great pleasure and honor to be here this evening. I've heard a lot about the JBC for the past 4 years. I attended one or two of those in Bangalore. But the way it has grown, I think is a testimony to the growing popularity and the very fact that in the 4th edition itself, there are about 8,000 kids participating in 10 venues. Goes to show the kind of popularity plus the kind of interest which this sport has. It's come a long way since when I started playing badminton in the 60s. It's been a transformational change, because when I started, nobody knew about badminton. It was a very minor sport, like any other sport in India. Not too many courts, not too many players, but I'm extremely delighted the way this game has grown, and I must compliment PNB MetLife in particular for having taken up the cause of grassroots badminton, because most people would like to look at the top of the pyramid, to support the top players. So it's very few corporates want to support the grassroots program where it is actually required. The top players do earn, once you reach the top, there are any number of sponsors, any number of corporates, there is government support, there are foundation support. So it's only at the grassroots level where the actual talent is, and that's where they need the support. And I must compliment PNB MetLife for having taken up this initiative, not just for 1 year, it's been on for 4 years. I'm sure it will. Looking at the progress of this event, they will continue to support grassroots program in the future as well. This will also be an inspiration and an example for other corporates to take up and support children at the junior level. We always talk in India about catch them young, but we don't do anything about it. It's always remained a slogan. But I'm extremely delighted that in the last 2 or 3 years, it's not just for badminton. Even the government has come up with the Khelo India program, where I think they've decided to support 1,000 deserving kids in different sports, Olympic sports. I think all these are good initiatives, and with particular reference to badminton, there is so much talent in the country. The new facilities are coming up in smaller cities. We can see that in the number of entries we get for various tournaments, both in this edition, also in the national level ranking tournaments, the entries have really multiplied. So this goes to show the popularity of the sport. Of course, one of the reasons is the good performances of the top players like Saina, Sindhu, Srikanth, Pranoy. They've carried the Indian flag, and this is one of the main reasons why the game is getting more popular. And I'm extremely delighted that everybody connected with the sport, including the BI, the Badminton Association of India, the state associations, we have a very active and encouraging president now who wants to support grassroots program. And I'm sure, very soon, if we continue this kind of support, we'll very soon catch up with the big guns in badminton, namely China, Indonesia, Malaysia. We are already there in men's singles, women's singles. I think we have overtaken some of the greats like Indonesia. We probably have better strength than them. We need to do a little bit more in the paired events, which is also slowly happening. So with this kind of support, it's a big boon for the young players, aspiring players. Many of them, come from not so well-to-do families, and badminton is a very expensive sport. So they need this kind of financial support. And if this kind of support is there, more children will take to the sport. And once we have more children playing, automatically the standard will go up at the other end. Similarly, we have I personally believe a lot in catching them young, and with
with that intent, way back in